barren of rivers, distant from oceans, lacking abundant resources, how did this land capture the spirit of the world? Israel and Palestine. A land of contrasts, where ancient ruins stand beside bustling streets and sacred sites echo with prayers that have traveled through centuries. Here, every stone holds a story, every path a memory, and every whisper of wind carries the weight of history. Beneath its beauty lie untold tales, hidden traditions, and mysteries waiting to be discovered. So, take a moment, stay with us, and uncover the secrets of the Holy Land, its spirit, its struggles, and the life that continues to thrive against all odds. Jerusalem, a city that has been destroyed twice, besieged 23 times, attacked 52 times, and captured and recaptured 44 times, continues to stand as the spiritual heart for over 3 billion people worldwide. Yet, numbers alone cannot capture its mystery. Walk through its winding alleys, and you step into a city where history breathes from every stone. Ancient synagogues sit beside bustling markets, their copper bells mingling with the scent of spices, fresh bread, and incense drifting from mosques. Street vendors call out in melodic Arabic, Hebrew, and English, selling everything from hand-carved olive wood to woven prayer shawls. Children chase one another through narrow lanes, their laughter echoing off the ancient walls, unaware that the stones beneath their feet have witnessed millennia of faith, conquest, and devotion. Small enough to cross on foot in a few hours, yet vast in the depth of its stories, Jerusalem is a city where the mundane and the miraculous meet. Here, every alley, every staircase, every weathered doorway seems to hold a secret. A hidden plaque commemorating a forgotten rabbi, a tiny shrine tucked into a shadowed corner, or an inscription in faded paint that has survived centuries. Pilgrims often pause, overwhelmed by a sense of standing in a continuum of devotion stretching across millennia, a connection to ancestors, prophets, and saints whose lives shaped the world outside these walls. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam trace their sacred steps back to this ground, each faith unfolding a different path through history and devotion. Pilgrims often pause, overwhelmed by a sense of being part of something larger than life itself, a continuum of prayer and reverence stretching across millennia. The old city of Jerusalem today is divided into 4 distinct quarters, yet they are intertwined like the veins of a single living heart. Each quarter carries its own rhythm, history, and devotion, and wandering through them feels like moving through layers of time and faith. The Jewish quarter, home to the Western Wall, is alive with centuries of prayer and remembrance. Here, scholars study ancient texts in tiny stone libraries tucked away from the streets, while merchants sell ritual items alongside cafes where locals gather to sip coffee and discuss daily life. The Western Wall itself, a remnant of King Solomon's first temple, destroyed by the Babylonians in 586 BCE, draws millions each year. Pilgrims press their hands to its ancient stones, slipping folded prayers into its cracks. Each note, each whispered hope, is like a thread connecting the present to thousands of years of Jewish devotion, exile, and perseverance. It is not just a wall, it is a living symbol of survival, faith, and continuity. In the Christian quarter, the streets pulse with a different kind of devotion. Pilgrims from every corner of the globe follow the Via Dolorosa, tracing the path of Jesus from the Last Supper to Golgotha. The air is filled with whispered prayers, hymns sung softly in dozens of languages, and the quiet awe of those who touch stones worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. Beyond the major sites, small chapels and hidden shrines tell stories of saints and miracles that few visitors know, each one a fragment of a mosaic connecting the present to the life of Jesus and the first followers who walked these streets. The Muslim Quarter radiates vibrant life. Narrow alleyways burst with color from bustling bazaars, where merchants sell everything from hand-woven carpets to aromatic spices. From the minarets, the call to prayer resonates across the rooftops, echoing through the maze of streets like an invitation to pause and reflect. At the heart of the quarter stands the Temple Mount, crowned by the Dome of the Rock. Its golden dome gleams in the sun, a beacon of faith and a symbol of the Prophet Muhammad's miraculous journey during the Isra and Miraj. Hidden courtyards and small gardens offer moments of quiet amid the energy, where locals and visitors alike can sit, observe, and feel the weight of centuries of devotion. Finally, the Armenian Quarter sits quietly, often overlooked but no less vital. Its stone streets are narrow, its churches modest yet enduring, and its community fiercely protective of centuries-old traditions. Ancient manuscripts, carefully preserved in monastery libraries, tell stories of resilience, art, and faith that have survived invasions, earthquakes, and the relentless march of time. Here, the rhythm of life is quieter, slower, a reminder that devotion is not always loud but persistent, like a flame that never goes out. Not far from the heart of the old city lies the Mount of Olives, a sacred site revered by all three major monotheistic religions. From its slopes, the golden domes and ancient walls of Jerusalem stretch out like a living tapestry, a view that has drawn pilgrims and kings alike for thousands of years. For Jews, it is the final resting place of more than 150,000 people, all buried facing the city, their graves a silent testament to the enduring hope in resurrection and the continuity of generations. Walking among the tombstones, one can feel the layers of history pressing gently on the present, each stone engraved with names, dates, and prayers, a personal story intertwined with the collective memory of a people. For Christians, the Mount of Olives is intimately linked with the life of Jesus. It is where he often came to pray in solitude, where he wept over the future of Jerusalem, and where the Garden of Gethsemane holds the weight of his final night before arrest. Pilgrims tread softly along the paths, pausing beneath ancient olive trees, whose twisted trunks seem to carry the whispers of centuries of prayers. The Chapel of the Ascension stands nearby, marking the spot where, according to tradition, Jesus departed this world and ascended to heaven. Visitors often report a sense of stillness here, a quiet awe that seems to hang in the air, making even the bustling crowds outside feel distant. For Muslims, the Mount of Olives holds eschatological significance. It is believed to be the site of the Last Judgment, where a bridge will appear over the chasm below, allowing the righteous to pass into paradise. From here, the faithful can see the city as Muhammad himself would have, envisioning the divine plan unfolding across the ages. Walking the Mount of Olives today, one can encounter a tapestry of humanity. Tour guides share stories of past sieges and sacred moments. Monks and nuns in quiet contemplation pass through olive groves, and families gather to honor ancestors in the Jewish cemetery. The paths are lined with small chapels, centuries-old churches, and olive trees whose roots may be as old as the city itself. It is a place where the past and present meet, where faith, history, and human longing converge in a way that is deeply palpable. Descending from the sacred heights, we follow the paths that lead to Bethlehem, a city small in size but immense in its spiritual and historical significance. Located just south of Jerusalem, Bethlehem is a small city with a monumental place in history, faith, and culture. For Christians, it is the birthplace of Jesus Christ, an event that shaped not just a city, but the course of human civilization. Pilgrims come from around the globe, their footsteps echoing through streets that have seen thousands of years of devotion, their voices joining in songs and prayers that blend into the stone walls of the Church of the Nativity. The church itself is a masterpiece of layered history. Originally commissioned in the 4th century by Emperor Constantine, it has been rebuilt, restored, and expanded countless times, reflecting the artistic and spiritual currents of each era. Beneath the main altar lies a silver star, marking the exact spot where, according to tradition, Christ was born. Pilgrims kneel here, some weeping, some whispering thanks, others simply staring in awe, feeling a connection to a story that began over 2,000 years ago. Bethlehem is also a city of contrasts. Beyond the glow of holy sites, life moves with the rhythm of a community navigating modern challenges. The city is deeply affected by the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, its streets divided by towering walls that cut through neighborhoods, separating families, land, and even hope. Yet, amid these challenges, the spirit of resistance and creativity thrives. Around the separation wall, art becomes a voice. Works by the world-renowned street artist Banksy turn concrete slabs into symbols of peace, hope, and defiance. Here, a masked man throws a bouquet as if it were a weapon of hope, the famous flower thrower. Nearby, a little girl playfully frisks a soldier, flipping power on its head, and a dove wearing a bulletproof vest, a fragile symbol hardened by conflict, reminding the world that even in adversity, the human spirit still seeks freedom of expression. Bethlehem, then, is more than a religious symbol. It is a living city, a place where history, faith, struggle, and resilience coexist. Walking its streets, visitors can feel the pulse of life that has persisted through centuries, connecting the stories of the past with the realities of today. Among the ancient treasures of the Holy Land, the Ark of the Covenant stands as one of history's most sacred and enigmatic symbols. Described in the Hebrew Bible as a gold-covered chest containing the 10 Commandments, manna, and Aaron's rod, it represented the tangible presence of God on earth. Housed in the Holy of Holies within Solomon's temple, only the high priest could enter once a year on Yom Kippur. Considered both sacred and a divine weapon in battle, the Ark vanished after the Babylonian destruction of the First Temple in 586 BCE. Its fate remains a mystery that continues to captivate historians, theologians, and treasure hunters alike, a secret that whispers through the annals of time. The Judean desert speaks of silence, solitude, and devotion. Mar Saba Monastery, founded in the 5th century, rises from rugged cliffs as a fortress of faith. For over 15 centuries, monks have lived in seclusion, preserving a life of strict asceticism. Women are forbidden from entering, observing only from distant hilltops, adding to the aura of quiet mystery that surrounds this ancient place. Nearby, Jericho, the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world, tells its own story. Known for the biblical tale of walls falling to trumpets, Jericho thrived due to natural springs, making it an oasis in the harsh desert. Its history of agriculture, urban innovation, and human resilience makes it a living monument to the ingenuity of early civilization. Life in the desert persists against all odds. The Nubian ibex navigates cliffs with effortless grace. Barn owls strike in silent precision. Egyptian vultures use stones to crack ostrich eggs, and caracals leap more than 3 meters to catch prey mid-air. Peregrine falcons, the fastest animals on Earth, dive at over 300 kilometers per hour. Chameleons regulate their temperature and communicate through shifting colors. In the harshest conditions, life adapts, survives, and thrives, an enduring secret of the Holy Land's wilderness. Next, we arrive at the lowest point on Earth, the Dead Sea, nestled 430 meters below sea level between Israel, Palestine, and Jordan. Despite its name, it is not actually a sea, but a hypersaline lake with salt levels so high that nothing can survive in its waters. Yet, this seemingly lifeless place is brimming with secrets and history, offering both a natural wonder and a spiritual story that has fascinated humans for millennia. The Dead Sea has long been prized for its healing properties. Cleopatra herself is said to have bathed here, and centuries later, people continue to float effortlessly on its surface, enveloped in waters rich with minerals that soothe the skin and rejuvenate the body. The black mud along its shores, thick with nutrients, has been used for thousands of years for beauty treatments, therapeutic purposes, and even to relieve joint pain. From the air, the shimmering surface reflects the harsh desert sun, creating an almost otherworldly glow, a mirror of the sky above and the cliffs surrounding it. Nearby, at Qumran, on the northwestern edge of the Dead Sea, a young shepherd made a discovery in 1947 that would shake the world: the Dead Sea Scrolls. Hidden in clay jars for over 2,000 years, these ancient manuscripts include texts from Genesis and Isaiah, as well as previously unknown writings about rituals, laws, and apocalyptic visions. They provide an unparalleled glimpse into the spiritual and cultural world of the Second Temple period, the very era in which Jesus lived. Archaeologists and scholars continue to study the scrolls, revealing layers of insight into the beliefs, hopes, and daily lives of the people who lived in this land thousands of years ago. The Dead Sea and Qumran together tell a story of extremes, of life and lifelessness, of desert heat and hidden treasure, of human curiosity and divine inspiration. They remind us that even in the harshest environments, the land holds secrets waiting to be discovered, secrets that reveal the intertwined histories of nature, faith, and humanity. Standing on the shores of this ancient lake or peering into the caves where the scrolls were hidden, one can feel the weight of time, the persistence of human hope, and the enduring mystery of the Holy Land. Perched atop a plateau overlooking the Dead Sea, Masada symbolizes resistance and freedom. Built by Herod the Great as a desert fortress, it became the last refuge of Jewish rebels in 73 CE. Surrounded and facing certain defeat by Roman forces, nearly 1,000 rebels chose mass suicide over slavery, asserting that freedom was worth more than life itself. Today, Masada stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, echoing a timeless lesson in dignity, courage, and resolve. In southern Israel, the Negev Desert conceals Maktesh Ramon, a 40-kilometer-long crater with cliffs painted in deep reds, oranges, yellows, and blacks. Formed by erosion over millions of years, it is not volcanic nor the result of a meteorite. It is a rare geological phenomenon. Layers of exposed rock tell the story of prehistoric seas, tectonic shifts, and the passage of time itself. At night, it becomes one of the Middle East's best stargazing sites, offering a spiritual connection to the universe as vast as the crater itself. Our journey through Israel and Palestine reveals a land steeped in history, faith, and humanity, where memory, devotion, and life intertwine. From Jerusalem's ancient streets to the deserts, mountains, and craters, this land tells stories waiting to be discovered by those who pause, listen, and explore its hidden depths.